Okay, intro, here we go. Ha! Oh, you've done it once again, fair viewer. And you've stumbled ass first into another PCP bonus episode. Woe is you. I'm the best guy ever. And who have we got? Oh, the scoundrel himself. It's Hypocrite.
Wow.
Ben Saint.
Hi.
Tom. Yeah, hello. Tom Oliver.
Other gross noises that aren't actually words.
There's one. and
I remember that
Lethal
monster
Aurora Mage.
from the Academy.
Oh, come on. Okay, imagine the image of the guy that goes aliens, but instead it's me saying demons. It's me.
Okay.
That sounds...
Sure.
That
Like
sounds
that, the
accurate.
Ancient Aliens guy.
What
Yeah,
guy
right?
go? Oh.
That-
You know,
that
you ever been to icanhascheeseburger.com? You'll find it.
Only every
Of course.
single day.
My homepage, dude.
Yeah.
You know me.
Hey
Dude, I
Nate.
used to
hey
frequent that
Nate.
frequently.
Remember in high school when
Yeah.
you had an astrology page as your internet homepage?
Yeah, I think I
Remember
do,
that
now
brief
you mention
period
it.
of your miserable life?
Is
What
that
a-
because
man,
you liked
what a
Homestuck?
flashback.
If
true.
I may I speculate on that? It was
please.
some girl, right? Some girl like briefly got you into astrology, I think.
You know, that's entirely possible, though I can't remember who it could have been. It was just one of those childish things about wanting to be into God, anything at all, to
Yeah.
save me from my empty life. And I was like, well, here's
Maybe
a thing. Let's do that.
Hey, I know. Are you a teen looking for a sense of purpose? Maybe you can be the astrology kid. Yeah. That can be an identity.
Like the colorful characters in my favorite show, Recess. I could be like them.
Being the kid who only wore bowling shoes didn't work out, so this should be a pretty good substitute.
Nor did being the kid who only wore bowling balls.
Oh,
That was an even more
Oh
challenging
no,
experience.
none of my cute little affectations are working. Nobody still likes me.
Oh no, my anime armbands haven't secured me a position at the cool kids table. What's left? What's left in my bag of tricks? Not much. As you can tell, everybody, it's the episode that you've all been waiting for centuries. The long-awaited, much-anticipated sequel everyone asked for, Monsters 2! Oh, hell yes.
Now, full disclosure,
Nah.
I never seen no Monsters PCP. I clicked off 1 second in. That was the worst thing I ever seen, heard
that's
in
the
my
thing.
life. So what the
real
fuck
monster
is Monsters?
was that episode itself. You know, and this is like Frankenstein 2. It's back. You know, there you have it.
It's back. Guys, I'd like to formally announce that Mike Wazowski is joining the PCP instead of me. He's got a great big eyeball. I like that guy. He's a theater lad.
Yeah,
Better, more experience,
Thespian.
makes more video game reviews than I do, let's be honest. Mike Wazowski, hello. Hey, it's me, Mike Wazowski.
Hey, it's me,
Hello,
Mike Wazowski.
I'm green.
Oh, hey, it's me, the blue one. What's up, Mike? Mike, what are you doing in my review? How did you cross
just
over
nothing.
between our YouTube channels?
I just found this rift in the monster time continuum.
Wow.
Well, I'm talking about
Please interrupt.
I'm
Please
talking about
interrupt
Cars
us.
3. Have you seen Cars 3, Mike?
Who's that over there? Hi, I'm the snake guy from that movie that you're talking about. Remember my dynamic
Randall.
character arc?
I've
Randall.
actually never seen Monsters Inc. or Monsters U. But
Monsters
I'm
Inc.
talking
is
about
great.
Cars
Monsters Inc.
3.
is...
I'm really interested
No,
in Cars
shut up,
3.
Sully,
Talking
shut up.
about it.
Shut
I
up,
think
Monsters
it's really
my
underrated
movie.
classic.
My
shit.
Monsters Inc. movie was the...
Yeah, but it's my
was
YouTube channel. It's my review show.
It's me, Mike Seinfeld. Monsters Inc. was a great movie, and Randall was my favorite villain. I had,
Is that true?
I was a kid. It was a movie, and it was in 3 dimensions. And you know, when it's in 3 dimensions, you look into the screen, it keeps going back there, and
True.
and fucking, I remember this. I had a color shifting toy from a cereal box of Monsters Inc. of Randall. It activated by heat. So if he was purple, and if you squeezed him, if you rubbed him, if you squeezed and rubbed him, this little plastic guy, he would change from purple to turquoise green. Like in the movie when he bumped into Sully and he went turquoise green. And gosh dang it, I love that little toy. I put it on the radiator and it was fine.
He was as a result of telling me that highly sexually provocative story, I'm about to roast you, Gib. Speaking of villains that nobody cares about, remember that time you made a video about skeletons, and then the number one guy was this necromancer nobody gave a shit about? What was that about? What guy sucks. That guy sucked. Nobody likes that guy. It reminds me of somebody once.
Are you talking about the guy from the Black Cauldron?
He's
the Black Cauldron.
That guy sucked. You totally did not sell me on why that guy was cool.
Watch the movie, asshole.
It was like this time.
It's the coolest skeletal man in video games.
Listen to this. That reminds me of there was a thing that happened once. Skeletor should have won that because he's the coolest guy. And it's similar to somebody made a video once about their top 10 AMVs. And like the weird thing was they started the video like with my like Gurren Lagann video, and they're like they did like a foreshadowing thing, like by being like showing like the clip of me being like, here I go with another shitty video analysis, as if to build to a moment where like, oh yes, that was the climax. Like I'm building to like how this one was great, and he like added me and was like, I loved your thing so much, and then he gets to number 2. And it's that video. Number 1 is just some bullshit Full Metal Alchemist AMV that had nothing to do with like the foreshadowing that he set up in that video. I've got to link it in the description or something, because and actually he like apologized to me later when I was like, dude, what a strange
sounds like
thing
he fucked
to do.
up. He fucked up the emotional arc of his top 10 AMVs video.
That's exactly what he did, and
He
I'll
duped
never
you,
let
man.
him
he
live it
really
down.
he really flubbed it.
He did.
He got
did.
you good. He made you think you were the number one, and it looks like that's not
if he was,
true.
If he was trying to like roast me, that would be fine. If he was trying to roast me, that'd be fine. But it was this weird anticlimax that just truly bamboozled me to my core.
That's sort of like he wanted to love his, show his appreciation for his favorite guy, best guy ever. But he's so autistic that he had to put his actual favorite at the top. I'm sorry, best guy ever. It's just Full Metal Alchemist just makes me smooch the screen.
In no way did I attempt to do this, but like I'm just like, dude, what a strange thing to like hype mine up.
Speaking.
Wait. Last point. It's just I talked to that guy afterward, and he said that like, you know what, dude, I thought about it, and like I would have put you. Now thinking about it again, I should have put yours number 1. And I'm like, no, don't change your opinion if you like that one better. I just think it was a strange structure of your video, but I mean that's what he said, so I guess I win.
Speaking of AMVs, the other day I heard people in a car listening to Linkin Park unironically.
Yes.
Nice.
And they are the true they're the monsters that I'm No, like it's easy to make fun of, but I actually was like, you know what? I've always kind of I still kind of like Linkin Park. I still get it.
I will admit that.
Same.
I totally do.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
But still,
I still like that first Evanescence album, unironically.
Even though I totally get it, I still in my heart was like, hey, losers.
Evanescence. These are the monsters we need.
Even though I'm no better.
Baby. That one? That's the Linkin Park? Remember that?
No.
Guys, let me hit up Urban Dictionary real quick and
can we
just
not?
figure out where exactly we need to get this
Nate's
shit
the
back
real.
on track.
Nate's the monster. Nate's the monster.
Urban Dictionary is the monster.
Monster.com, where you go and you need a job and you just don't know what to do.
Can we talk about
Nate stared
demons
too long
yet?
into the abyss. What?
Oh my God, Mage, here, the monster is you. Why? Your sincere interest in talking about monsters is the real monster of this podcast.
Yeah.
Just tell me, Mage, tell me what you have to say about demons that is going to be entertaining and keep me riveted to my seat. What have you got? What have you got, Mage? Come on. Hit me.
I like them.
What about them is so?
All right.
Is it just like
sold.
a fucking an extension of the bad boy archetype that is like
What,
extra
demons?
cool.
Demons are just bad boys
well
of hell?
the ones that Mage likes, they are pretty boys
No,
and they're
I mean,
also demons, and they have sensitive skin, but they have sharp teeth though.
No,
Is
those
that true?
aren't the only ones I like.
Like Katakuri?
I mean, like that's what you see mostly in anime, as if they're gonna make demons not pretty boys. But like, I also like the really monstrous and like psychologically horrifying creatures as well. It's like I like how creative people can get and just label them as demons. A lot of creatures are usually labeled demons, and those are like the most terrifying, horrifying, bone-chilling,
Mage,
things.
are you or are you not into the Bishi? Just lay it out for us. We need to know these are the facts. Let's cut to the heart of the
what?
matter here.
Bishi.
The Bishi, isn't
But
that like a word that
Bishonen.
means something?
Oh, she's I guess
Bishojo.
I like them.
I don't.
God damn it, that was
Bishojo,
supposed to
that-
get a laugh. That was supposed to be silly sounding,
Well,
but it
Nate,
wasn't silly
you
enough.
made the
And
mistake
now I'm
of
the monster
talking
of the
about
podcast.
anime on a
My lack of
podcast
humor
with us.
is the monster of the podcast. I'm sorry.
I just want to say I came to a realization yesterday that I like demons even before I knew what internet was. Because
Well,
I remember
luckily
this-
those are two completely separate concepts. So
it's just like I realized that my love for demons is like it has been running deep ever since I was little. And I just came to that realization because I remember distinctly one time when I was like between 8 and 10. I looked up at the sky and I thought to myself, demons are just higher up on the food chain. I shouldn't hate them.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So it's like,
Yeah,
it's
just like how
we're basically
like
cows
vegans
to
should shut
them.
the hell up and just consume animals. Like,
Compare
we're higher
and
on the food
contrast.
chain,
Compare and contrast an appreciation for demons with an appreciation for SS officer Nazi leather daddies.
They're just superior
It
beings.
seems
The
pretty.
Aryans deserve to wipe us out.
I think in concept it's pretty similar. I'm remembering
Yeah.
I'm remembering that Chris Chan's old flame Megan seemed to have a possibly not entirely platonic appreciation of Nazis and people in Nazi uniforms,
Just
which
like
is
my hero
very
Shadman.
very funny.
All right.
Yes.
Okay,
that's-
to be completely
that's cool.
fair, the design of those uniforms is pretty cool. It's just a shame that they're associated with.
It is.
Those
He
people.
No, that just adds
I
to
mean,
the
Let's get
taste.
on this
They-
tangent.
they
Let's
say
talk about
that-
how much we love Nazis.
Wait, they say that Hitler hired like some really. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. He hired
he
some
hired
famous.
Gucci himself.
it was
Mitch
Hugo Boss.
Gucci was
It's no,
brought
Hugo
in.
Boss.
it's something. Yeah, it was Hugo Boss. He hired Hugo Boss to design the
Hugo
SS.
Boss.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hugo
so
is a
you weren't
German
you weren't
name.
far off there.
You're right. Well, that's surprising.
Fucking. I like demons. I like demon souls. The demons in that
Oh,
game
yeah.
are very fucking squidgy and weird and goopy and scary and stuff. But my favorite demons of all are Japanese mythical demons, like the
Yokai.
Tengu and
I
those
love
funny
Yokai
monkey
Watch.
guys.
No,
I have
way.
I have a Yokai Watch backpack that our sister got me.
Get back to me when they have Yokai Watch Go. Until then, I don't want to hear.
I have. Let me tell you what I got.
No.
I got my Sonic Boom backpack, and inside that is my regular backpack, and inside that is my Yokai Watch backpack.
Okay, to be
How
fair about
true
the
are any
Yokai
of those
Watch,
facts?
I do
They're-
like the
they're
little
100%
songs they play
true,
when they summon
100%
them.
true.
Wait, Ben. Why do you have 3 backpacks? What is the utility here?
Well, for storage.
You don't need.
I have 3 backpacks. I gotta store them in something, so I store them in each other.
Well, I guess Ben's lack
Where-
of storage.
It's
Where
when
would
you
you
go
monster
to
of
when you
this
go to
podcast.
Where would
Russia.
you
That's how
put
you
them?
you pack your bags.
Right, Matryoshka dolls. I get
Yeah,
it.
I mean, the point is I wasn't planning on backpacking anywhere, so, like, well, I'll consolidate.
Speaking of monsters, Ben, how do I convince people that I'm not Jewish, such as Michelle, who keep insisting that I am because of our last name being Polish, which I don't know
Which
why.
doesn't really mean anything.
No, it doesn't mean anything.
I've been
Nate
I've
Goldman.
been hearing that I'm.
You
I've
just
been
need
hearing
to-
that I'm. Did I tell you about? Okay. So I was in Boston for like a Christmas festival. No, it wasn't. It was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. This is. Anyway, there was. I was. Okay, so I was there to see a very low rent fucking show. Like some girls that I knew sort of were there to.
Oh, I hate girls. Talk about monsters. Yeah, okay.
Just they were there they were singing something on a thing in front of a Christmas tree. The point is that one of them's voice coach was there, and the voice coach was this Ukrainian woman, and this Ukrainian woman was really fucking weird, and observed to me that I looked Jewish, but did not say that I looked Jewish. She felt it necessary to point this out, and also to phrase it as you look like one of that blessed land. And I hated her so much. Like, what a retarded thing to even think, let alone say.
Okay, maybe, like, Israel literally translates to, like, the Blessed Land, because she's Ukrainian, there was, like, a language thing going on.
It sounded like anti-Semitism, but she said it with this weird reverence, like, are Jews sacred cows in Ukrainian mythology or something? Like, am I a god to you? Leave me alone.
Alright, enough.
Leave me a like.
Yes.
Talking about Japanese demons again, because you interrupted me like a asshole.
Like a real monster.
Yeah, you ever play Okami? That's a pretty good game. It's got lots of Japanese demons in it. It's got Orochi. It's got a spidery geisha. It's got a geisha spider thing. It's got a flower on it. Man, Japanese is pretty good.
Hey, I remember the ending of that
Tom,
game.
speak.
Oh.
What? It's Japanese monster, Godzilla, my favorite monster of all time.
Oh, that's a good monster.
Yeah.
They just dropped the trailer for the new Godzilla King of the Monsters movie coming out next year, 2019. And it's got more monsters. It's got more monsters than the last Monsters, which isn't a lot to say because the last one had, like, no monsters in it. That was the big problem. But this is going to have King Ghidorah, it's going to have Rodan and Mothra, and they're all going to throw down, and it better be good, or I will kill everyone in the theater. I will go Batman.
Tom, I have to know. I have to know, Tom, one thing.
Oh, okay.
Is Mothra considered, like, the waifu of Godzilla? Is she like the cute one?
Yes, she is. My little sister loved Mothra when we were growing up watching Godzilla, and I remember one movie. There's a movie specifically in Godzilla called Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah: Giant All-Out Monsters Attack. That is the full title of the movie. And typically, because Mothra is like the waifu, she always beats Godzilla for no reason, even though it's just a fucking bug, has no abilities.
Isn't
bug.
Okay, I don't know much about this shit, but isn't Mothra's not that strong. Mothra just has, like, some fucking, like, magic. She can, like, use spore, basically. She's got, like, magic powder from her wings.
Mothra's a little bitch, all right? And for some reason, she always bests Godzilla because you can't have the pretty one die, and it made me mad.
Mary Sue. She's the Mary Sue of the Godzilla franchise.
But in Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant All-Out Monsters Attack, the greatest Godzilla movie of all time, Godzilla is fighting King Ghidorah, and Mothra's there too, and it's everyone versus Godzilla, because Godzilla's the evil one in this movie, for whatever reason. And so Mothra's, like, sneaking up behind Godzilla, ready to kill him, and he just, like, fucking turns around and, like, uses his atomic breath and kills Mothra instantly, vaporizes it, and it explodes. And me and my dad cheer because it's the first time something great's ever happened. And my little sister's crying because her favorite Mothra is dead. And we are unrepentantly laughing at her pain because it's been, like, 10 years and this has finally happened. It was the best moment of my life, and to this day I give her shit for that. It was great.
Speaking of Mothra, bestiality is the monster that dwells within us all. But on that point, it's interesting, Tom, how I don't know what the deal is with Godzilla, but, like, you just described how, like, in this movie Godzilla is just, like, evil now. I feel like
isn't Godzilla? Godzilla's like he's just a force of nature, right? Like he's just a rampaging thing.
I remember watching a video by James Rolfe, who loves Godzilla, and he talked about like a bunch of Godzilla movies. And it's like, it sort of changes. Sometimes Godzilla is like a father, and he's got, like, baby Godzilla or son of Godzilla or whatever it is. Sometimes he's like a raving lunatic, and sometimes he's just like, you know, he's, like, actually evil, and sometimes he's saving the world.
What's the connecting thread?
To put on my hack YouTube movie reviewer storytelling 101 hat for a second, Godzilla he's a stand-in for the atomic bomb. He's just like an unthinking force of nature of
atomic bombs don't have suns.
Well, if he was,
that came later, I guess.
Well, if he was consistently amoral, like, that's fine.
He's a Shadow the Hedgehog.
Situation
he's not
Godzilla
amoral.
Is Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay. If only someone had watched all of these movies multiple times, it could clear this up for you. If only someone in this podcast right now could do that. Man, what a bummer.
The only time I've seen anything related to Godzilla was, like, the animated series with the little sun thing. And Godzilla, they would just summon Godzilla whenever they needed Godzilla.
Oh God, are you talking about the Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
I think so. Yeah.
Wait, are you talking? What was that one where there was, like, a magic flute and someone could play it, and Godzilla would rise out of the
that
sea.
Is Power Rangers.
And then he would jump into Godzilla, and then he would battle another robot, and then they combined later at some point. I don't know. Yeah, that was my favorite Godzilla.
Did they 100% just rip off Godzilla for the Green Ranger?
Is that like what they did?
Yeah,
of course
he's like Godzilla.
I never thought of that.
Yep. The Green Ranger's Zord is just Godzilla,
and that's why he's the best one. That's why he's the best one.
That is why.
Like another way.
That is where the name Tommy Oliver comes from.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that about? Well, now I know.
Mind blown. Yeah,
right,
but no,
explain to me the morality of Godzilla.
So Godzilla was
form,
originally
please.
from the 1954 movie, where he was like a stand-in for like the dangers of like the atomic weaponry and atomic technology, because like Japan had gotten fucked up real bad, and so they made this movie to kind of like personify the looming threat of atomic power. Because in that first original movie, all man-made conventional weaponry fails to stop Godzilla. They cannot kill it. And so the way that they win in the end is they have to make up a fake technology that exists in this movie to kill it. And the moral of the story basically is like nothing on this earth can overcome this force except for like basically things that don't exist. So like we need to be really careful with this shit. Then like in like the 60s and 70s, Godzilla like they like changed it. So, like, he kind of became, like, a superhero sort of thing, like a typical tokusatsu, like a Kamen Rider or an Ultraman or something like that. So he was, like, a good guy, and he had, like, his friends. He had, like, Anguirus and Rodan. They were his buddies, and they'd all, like, hang around on Monster Island. And when a big Ghidra or some monster come down, him and his buddies would go beat him up, and everyone would be like, Godzilla's friends with us. Yeah, he's gonna save us. And then they did that for a while, and then, like, that series went on for, I think, like 15 or 20 years, and then they stopped making movies for a while. Then it was relaunched in 1985 when Godzilla was just like an amoral force of nature that just fucked everybody up, and humanity was bent on killing it because he just came into Tokyo and destroyed shit. So they had like a whole series of movies that had a single interconnected storyline that made no sense, but it was there.
Okay.
Of like this Godzilla, and like it ignored all of the Showa series from like the 60s and 70s. It was a direct continuation of 1954. And then that went for a while, and that series ended in 99. Then they rebooted again in 2000, and that had a couple movies that had nothing to do with any of the previous ones. Then there were a couple reboots of the reboots within those, and then it stopped again, and now Shin Godzilla has nothing to do with any of the other movies, and that one just came out. That was the one by Hideki Anno. And then the 2014 ones by Legendary Pictures, and the one that's coming out next year, are their own separate canon that has nothing to do with anything else as well.
Okay, so it's simply just separate canon stuff. That's
Correct.
the explanation for why he just changes. Okay, all right, that's fine.
And it's fucking sick. Everyone should watch them. The best shit ever.
I legitimately need someone to make a video telling me why I should give a shit about Godzilla, because I don't get it. I don't understand anything about it.
I could link you the thing with James Rolfe. He says, hey, you
James Rolfe, more like James...
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't think of anything.
Roll over into your grave, because I'm talking shit about you. Your YouTube career is dead, just like you are in real life.
How's about this then?
Got it.
It's my Monster energy drink. Sponsors this podcast. Go to patreon.com/you're already there.
Wait,
because there's a bonus episode. You're already there. You know, Monster energy drink, delicious.
Yes,
Monster should partner.
I've awoken
I've
from
never
my
had
stupor. What? I've awoken from my stupor. You drink the blue low carb kind. It tastes like a clean diaper, and it's so great.
I heard
crack one open, my fellow boomers.
Yeah, dog.
Remember the 1980s? Hell yeah. I played so many video games. It was radical, but I sure hate having a wife and kids now. Oh, my life is hell, but I remember the good old days, so I shitpost on 4chan every day.
Remember pinball?
I don't get what's with these genderqueer, gender freak. I don't understand nothing because I'm an old man and I mow my lawn and I keep my kids awake. Oh, I'm so loud on Saturday mornings when he's just trying to sleep from last night's Fortnite tournament, but I can't stop myself because I just hate everything because my life is a disappointment. I worked hard. I got, $100,000 into debt. I'm still paying it off, and my degree in personal homosexuality has not paid off like I expected it to. Damn it. But at least I have this energy drink.
But at least I have Batman versus Superman. The greatest movie of this generation. And anyone that says that it's not is just a Marvel shill. And I'm gonna defend its honor. I'm gonna defend its honor on the internet.
Hashtag release the Snyder Cut. We need the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Clearly
yes.
a better movie.
Is that going to be good?
It's going to redeem it.
Will that be better?
It's going to redeem it.
There's a
in
legitimate
the public eye.
movement on the internet right now to release the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Hang on. Legitimate movement on the internet? That
I know,
doesn't make
dude.
sense.
It sounds ridiculous.
Speaking of monsters, Zack Snyder.
Twitter.
I don't care for his films. No, sir. No, sir.
Kill him.
Hey, though, was Justice League like fun and upbeat, and so people want the Zack Snyder one to like be like the depressing one?
Correct.
Is like that what they want?
Correct.
Okay.
It was too happy, and they want it to be miserable and painful like the other two movies he did, because they were poignant commentaries on the human condition.
Yeah, I mean maybe. You said it, buddy.
Yeah, that's not my words, but that's what's being thrown around in these circles.
I mean, I like 300. I like Batman
400?
the 2, that was good.
Superman,
I like 500.
Superman is a monster. He's very appropriate. He's a
He's
a
demon that comes from the sky.
Yeah.
700.
I
like
gonna get
800.
301 Dalmatians.
I like 900.
Zack Snyder.
Well, I even like 1,000.
I'm waiting for the sequel to 300, which is just that one guy from the end of the movie who's telling the story. He goes back to his wife and kids and has hijinks and
that'd be good.
Does stuff.
That'd be good.
Hey,
he also has one eye, so it's a double meaning to the title.
I got a hot take, and I think I'm going to rock the boat. I'm going to rock this boat right now. Here I go. Dragon Quest Monsters is a better monster collecting game than Pokemon.
Oh, damn.
They say I would legitimately believe that Shin Megami Tensei is a better Pokemon game than Pokemon. I still mean to play it, but I haven't fucking got around to it
yet. But I was
yet.
talking about Dragon Quest Monsters.
Okay, fair enough.
On what platform is it?
Dragon Quest Monsters is a couple. There's one on
DS,
the Game Boy
right?
Color, and then there was another one on DS. The one on DS, Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, was so much better. It's so much more advanced than the Pokemon games that came out at the time, because that was already full 3D.
There's a problem, though.
And it was fucking sick.
I'm sad.
Okay, first of all,
now, but I only have a 3D.
I don't think you do, Mage, because Dragon Quest. All right, here's the real hot take. Dragon Quest. Look, slimes. Everyone likes slime. Look, aside from slime, there are literally no interesting or memorable monsters from any Dragon Quest game ever. It's only slime, and they beat you over the head with it. What
cool.
Golem? Fucking
Drackies are
Golem?
cool.
Oh, wow.
Cyclops.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
The monsters in Dragon Quest do make me snore. That's true.
Exactly.
Guys, do you know of Monster Hunter Stories? It's like a really cute chibi version of Monster Hunter, and you get to befriend the dragons. I like it. I have the game. I'm so happy. That was my first Monster Hunter game, and I was so sad to learn that not all Monster Hunters are like collecting dragons.
Why would you think Monster Hunter didn't have anything to do with hunting monsters?
Because
you hunt them to capture them.
Kinda. I mean, I don't know. I just like
you study the blade and you murder them.
It did confuse me at first, and I was like, oh, I like this game, and then I looked into it, hoping to find more games like that, and I was like, oh, it's a spin-off. I'm sad.
I will concede. I will concede that Dragon Quest Monsters, the monsters in Dragon Quest. I mean, there's a few like cool guys, like the skeletons are always cool. That's because of Akira Toriyama. But I will concede that Pokemon on the whole have better designs. But Dragon Quest Monsters, the video game aspect, is like
great.
So much better than Pokemon.
How so?
I can't remember. I just remember it was good, and I didn't like Pokemon because Pokemon suck.
Hey, I have a game. I have a game for you that you need to play because I think you'll like it, and it's fucking great. There was a game that was kind of a monster raising thing that I played for Game Boy Color. It was called Revelations: The Demon Slayer. It was the fucking illest game. So I think actually I looked into it later. It's actually like an Americanized title of a Shin Megami Tensei spin-off title for Game Boy. But the way that this game works is that it's like kind of like a regular RPG where you're a guy and you have a sword and you learn spells and you equip armor and stuff. You go around, you kill monsters. However, all of the monsters in the game you can negotiate with to get them on your team.
That's the Shin Megami Tensei. That's all of the Shin Megami Tensei.
It's fucking sick, and it was super dope. and you can fuse them together, and they like help you, and it's
Right.
dope.
That's
and it's
that's what you
sick.
do in Shin Megami Tensei games. Tom, have you ever played
Well,
Shin
there you
Megami Tensei?
I've never played them. All I know is
Please
that they
do.
feature Dante from the Devil May Cry series, and that's the only one I want to play.
Yeah, me too. If I'm going to
play
play
Shin
one,
Megami
that's the
Tensei.
one.
That wasn't a
I wanna play.
meme, by the way. I really only want to play that one because Dante's in it.
I mean, that's a big appeal. I like the fact that you're some kind of like god killing. I mean, you're like that in every Shin Megami Tensei, as I understand it. You're like trying to kill God or Lucifer or something.
There's only one Shin Megami Tensei. It's part of the Megami Tensei series.
There's a Shin Megami Tensei like 4, so you know.
Yeah.
Well,
That's another
And Shin
one,
Megami
right?
Tensei Apocalypse. Yeah.
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
there's one coming out
Wikipedia
for Switch
misled
one of
me.
these days.
Yes, I
I'll
hope-
play it.
I'm-
You know.
I hope
you
I have a
know.
Switch when it comes out.
I'm gonna switch off your life.
So
Support.
is,
You know,
is
there
the
you
moral
go.
of the story that Pokemon is the worst monster collecting game ever? Is that?
No, no. Why? No.
Oh, I see.
Are
We
you
got
sure?
Well, I
all
digital.
those other ones sound cooler.
We got Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei 2, Shin Megami Tensei, Shin Megami
Right.
Tensei 2, Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
Whoa! What's this next one? Shin Megami
June.
Tensei.
Whoa.
If
There are a lot of
Nocturne.
wait.
spin-offs.
Shin Megami Tensei if ... That's
okay.
that is a Neil Breen title. Sick.
Yeah. Guys, let's make this an actual monster episode and literally air our grievances with each other. Let's just rip
Oh,
this
we're
friendship
all the
apart. I
monsters
want to
now.
do that.
Okay.
I want to do that.
Oh.
Ben, why are you always late to everything? Stop. Don't do it anymore. Stop.
Wait,
Why are
wait.
you always ruining things?
Wait, why
Yeah, Ben.
why am I always what?
Late.
Cut out.
Why are you always late to things?
I wasn't
This
late
is-
to this. I was the
this
first.
is the one time.
That's
This is
I was
the
one
the
exception.
no.
time.
I was the first one. I was the first one to the movie theater with Digi and
was.
Tom and
Mo-
May
mo-
and Kaze.
Oh, okay, well that's fine.
I
Ben,
beat everyone there, and then I
Let
beat
me
everyone
rephrase.
physically.
Let me rephrase. Ben, why do you care so little about us, about other people, that you choose to waste our time over and over again by showing up late to everything?
I wasn't. When was the last time I was late?
I mean, probably last episode. I can't remember.
Okay,
but
well, I
just
was
assumed.
late to the last episode, but that was because
were
of
quite late.
that was because of the whole thing that we were all out, and I had to take the bus home, and I don't.
Unfortunately,
Well,
I did my
let me
best.
roast everybody.
Ben, you also confessed when we saw you, and Digi said, "Wow, Ben, I'm surprised you're here before everybody else." And you confessed, "Well, Digi, that's because I had to get on the bus, and the buses arrived at certain times, so it was not my doing that I was earlier than everyone else."
No.
It was simply the bus
Let me be
schedule."
clear. Me being there early is my fault. Me being home late is the bus's fault. For reasons.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got. That's my only boiling.
Well, you know what, Nate?
criticism.
It wounds me too because of my carefree lifestyle. I did miss my opportunity to be on Chibibakas,
That's
which is
right,
something
that's
that I
right.
will regret till the day that I die.
Yeah, me and
See, that's
Munchie
the
don't
tough
fuck
love.
around.
No,
The tough love you need. No,
they
cut their operation.
They cut that umbilical cord.
Chibibakas is the most business-like venture in the PCP. We are very strict.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
You
true.
have to
Strict
have a chibi.
taskmasters.
You have to have a chibi. This is essential. It's like you have to have a suit, on Wall Street. It's basically the same level of uniform.
Yeah.
You
Makes
have to have a
sense.
cool leather coat if you're going to be a Nazi. The Chibibakas.
You think they'll let
the
you
new
into
Hitler
that?
Youth.
You think they'll let you into that stock exchange in your fucking bloomers? Not a chance.
Like
Not a
anime
chance.
high school bloomers.
Yes. That was the first thing. That was the first article of clothing other than a 3-piece suit that I could think of.
How inappropriate.
Yeah. Telling.
Whoa,
Telling.
lucky Pokemon. I'm just booting up my Pokemon right now, and it says there's a new lucky Pokemon feature
What?
that require less CP to power up.
Speaking
That's
of
pretty
CP,
less
Monster,
Stardust.
you know.
Less Stardust and Candy to power up. Sorry.
Whoa.
What was that?
Wait. Is there an event? Hey, I didn't
No,
realize
it's just news.
I was catching Pokemon this weekend, and then Kaze just told me, like, by the way, everything you've been doing has been gaining you double candy. Which
What?
was
right.
Yeah, apparently it was like a double candy event, and I just had no idea.
That's why I
event.
was getting double candy. I thought I was just. I didn't
know either.
The fact that they don't explain these things, like I hadn't played Pokemon Go for like 2 years.
You don't read the news,
and
do
then,
you?
And then no,
I don't read
true.
I don't read the
And
news,
then
so I know it's
opened
my
it up.
fault. I know it's my fault that I didn't know.
I opened it up, and then I started getting like double the XP across the board for everything, and I was like, oh. They fixed the XP to make it less grindy since the last time I played. This is kind of nice. And then a week later it went away, and I was like, nope, they still suck. And that was my experience with Pokemon Go. I was like,
I don't think it sucks. I think it
doesn't
just
suck.
right.
But it sucks when like you think that there's a new level of goodness to the game. And then
They have
flip it away.
Wait.
It
notifications
sounds
and
like-
news in the game now.
Tom, it sounds like to you, good would just be that you level up faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a limited amount of time on this planet, Ben. The less time I spend catching the same Pokemon over and over again to
Well,
get
then
the same results, the better.
don't play the game. You don't have to play.
I
don't know.
He
It could be
does.
better.
I'm still having fun, but I'm just saying I could have the same amount of fun and accomplish the same amount of things in twice the time. I wouldn't complain too much about that.
Hey, speaking of monsters, I send candies to all of you. Literally all of you here in Pokemon
Candies?
Go
Gifts.
You mean
every
gifts?
day. Gifts. That's what I meant.
I've sent gifts
And
as
I
well.
receive them from some of you guys some days.
Nate,
days.
I receive too many gifts every day. I have like 60 friends, and I get gifts every day, and I hit my limit. I hit my
Green
limit.
text this. Choosing to accept gifts from people outside your inner circle.
I want to
of most
accept them. I
trusted
want to accept them
amigos.
from everyone.
Well, you're gonna get way too many. You can't do that. It's unreasonable. I always prioritize. I just want to get the highest friendship levels with the people I actually know.
I accept gifts from the people who have been who sent them to me the longest ago. Like if it says someone sent it to me like 2+ days ago, I'll go for them
I've
first.
never thought about that.
If it's anyone else, if there's no one like that and everyone's new, then yeah, I'll go for like people that I know in real life first. But I want to max out my friendship with as many people as possible to get that sweet XP.
Well, sure, but I prioritize the high level targets, the people who are sending me stuff
for the last few days.
I do, but I don't want to neglect anyone.
For the last few days, my phone has not been able to do movement. Data wasn't working. So, I was receiving gifts from everyone, and I could open 20 per day, but I couldn't give gifts because I didn't have any. I ran out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I run out of gifts.
There's painfully few Pokestops around my new location, even less than there were at my old location, which was Spas.
All I'm saying is, if you guys weren't monsters, you would prioritize whatever it takes to send me gifts in Pokemon Go.
Here's the thing.
Tom, you're on the red line. You gotta go downtown. You gotta go downtown.
Here's the thing to note about gift giving in Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Your experience friendship level with a friend, experience ways, can only go up once per day through gift giving and receiving. So if I give you a gift and you open it, we both get the experience. But if then I open a gift from you on the same day, we don't get experience.
What?
And so it becomes a big annoying hassle to remember whether or not I've opened or you've opened a gift on the day that I'm about to open or give you a gift.
I've done this
and that's
so
why
wrong.
sometimes I just drop the ball and don't do anything.
I just literally put that out of my mind and don't worry about it.
Just
I'm just like,
not.
I'll send it. Whatever.
It's just not that much experience.
Nate Min-Max
at the end of the day.
Bestman is just putting that out of his mind.
It's literally too much to worry about, and I don't want to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This
That's how I
sounds
feel.
so.
Yeah, but I want to
liking.
max out people as fast as possible, and I do not have enough gifts to give. That's the reason I run out of gifts all the time. I wish I could.
Well, yeah, the way I do it is I ignore. I've got a lot of people who are like level 1. I basically ignore those, and anyone who's not like send me a gift or whatever yet, I always do them first, because like you just it only takes one with them, and you instantly level up. And you get the 10,000 experience, which is dope. It only takes one.
That's
the
true.
most
I
efficient
need
way
to
to
put
play.
my
I don't
friend
think you
crowd
get
out there
experience
publicly.
for the first one.
I need more
You
friends.
don't?
No, you get experience for the second level of friendship.
Well, I've been doing this all wrong. God damn
Yeah,
it.
I've been prioritizing people who are close to the second level of friendship. And
Yeah,
Ethan
all right,
Ethan is
fuck
going to
this.
beat Munchie to me at being like a great friend.
Dude,
So that's
I
pretty
hit
cool.
Ethan every day with a new gift. Ethan is like number one in the people who get back to me. Him and Michelle are like the people.
Me and me and Sai are I think he might be
Oh,
my
yeah?
top dude. Yeah, he sends me gifts like every day.
Is he a Bidoof? He better have a Bidoof with him, because he's a Bidoof in my Nuzlocke. So
I see-
he better be.
I see this one. I see that powerful
Oh,
big
I'm
man.
stupid.
Powerful big man has a Magikarp named Ben Sucks. I'm pretty sure. See, I'm sad because I looked him up because I remembered yesterday he had a Swablu named Nate Sucks, and I wanted to
Oh.
report that, but unfortunately I've been foiled.
Oh,
It turned out, in fact, that Nate did not suck, and
No.
it was in fact Ben who sucks.
Indeed,
So,
indeed.
Updates had to happen.
'Twas a shame. Pokemon, am I right, guys?
He's right.
No,
He's not
I
wrong.
am indeed right.
Is anybody gonna play Let's Go when it comes out? I plan on getting it.
Maybe. I mean, it's on the Switch. It's on the
God.
Switch, right?
Yeah, it's a Switch one.
Yeah,
well,
I'm not
having
gonna
a
get
console
Switch.
in this day and age.
Yeah.
What a crazy idea.
I'd have to play it on my housemate's Switch, and I don't know if I care enough. I mean, it's just like a Red and Blue remake, right? With the Pokemon Go mechanics.
I guess. I don't. They haven't really revealed much about it yet.
Much like with every announcement, there's no reason to even think about playing it unless you have seen people play it and can actually gauge whether it's good or not.
I mean, yeah. I have no idea if it's actually going to be a good game or not. I suspect it's going to be a piece of shit baby easy mode fag game.
Just
Yeah.
as
That's
Well, it's also
Pokemon
known as
Go.
every
Expectation.
Pokemon game since the first
I mean,
one.
you know
Everyone
what?
since Gold.
Okay,
basically.
if they've completely replaced the catching mechanics with the Go thing, then I think that's terrible. I think that if it was a normal battle, but using the ball initiated the ball throwing minigame, I think that would be neat and might even be an improvement.
No, I think I've read that they replaced it.
Yeah.
So
just-
you have to
it's-
throw
yeah,
the
so
ball.
that's just awful. So I think that's just worse, personally.
I agree. I think that was a mistake. I don't know why they did it. Maybe it's to make it so like the Pokemon have like the same stats as Pokemon Go because they transfer back and forth. So maybe they had to do that so like
they
you
transfer to. They can't transfer fro. You can put Pokemon Go Pokemon in there, but I don't think you can take them out.
I thought you could.
Wait, you can put Pokemon Go Pokemon into your Pokemon Let's Go?
Yes.
Yes,
What?
but I don't think you can take
Yeah,
them out.
that's right.
'cause-
Yeah.
They work
That's so
together.
weird. What? Oh my... What?
Yeah.
Why
you
wouldn't it
can-
work the other way?
I think it. I
Well,
thought it did.
So you wouldn't.
Well, the
put
reason
Mewtwo
I
in
think
it,
is
I'm guessing.
because if you can play the game inside and put the Pokemon on Pokemon Go, there's no reason to go outside, which is the whole point of Pokemon Go.
I get that. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Like, they want to keep that as, like, the AR
I don't know,
experience.
man. What the fuck is the point? What is the point of this?
I
What
need
does
to
this
see more.
add?
It
Huh?
adds money to Nintendo's bank account.
I don't know. I don't think I get it or like
I think
it.
the appeal is that it's like it's kind of like a real Pokemon game, and that there's like a world to run around, and you're in the Pokemon world, and you can just do the throwing. Like, and it's
guess.
also Pokemon Go. Like, people know what that is now, so you know that's
I know
pretty
what
cool.
that is.
Wait,
I
it's like
clapped
wait,
when
guys.
I saw Pokemon.
Wait, guys. So
Yeah.
Pokemon Go, you play it in the real world, but what if you could play Pokemon Go, but inside a video game?
Whoa! Now, yes.
Did
by
you know
the way,
you can play
here's
Pokemon in World of Warcraft?
oh, that sounds fun. Hey, here's a
They
fact.
added that... Oh, okay, well, you're going to cut me off. You're
Oh,
gonna cut
was
me
that
off when I was
true?
going to...
Are you talking about mounts? Or
No,
something like
they've had like little pets ever since the game launched that you can get. But like a year or so ago, I can't remember when, they made like a pet battling system, and so World of Warcraft basically had Pokemon Go before Pokemon Go did.
Well, it wasn't really Pokemon Go. It was more of...
You did have to go to places though. It's just you could be an elf
okay.
when you did it.
Well,
You
is
could
that
be
just
an
more
elf?
like Pokemon Stop or like normal Pokemon, where you know in the game you go somewhere and you catch Pokemon there, and that's it's a video game. You see.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Kids these days will grow up not knowing about real Pokemon. They'll see you play Pokemon on your Nintendo 3DS and they'll say, wait, why aren't you playing it in real life? What the fuck? What the fuck, Grandpa?
That's probably going to happen at some point.
No, it's not going to happen.
Games are like, VR,
it's happening
AR.
right now.
Regular
From me to
Pokemon
you.
is not going anywhere, I hope.
You know what? I bet there's kids out there, 100%, who just like know about Pokemon Go, and that's it. And they're just like,
sure,
Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
maybe briefly. I mean, they'll figure it out.
I
think if
I'll make it my job that they don't figure it out.
Go,
Good.
So.
Who?
I met a guy while playing Pokemon Go that never played any Pokemon games, and Pokemon Go was the first Pokemon game.
Yeah, but he knew about them, right? Like,
I don't know.
I think that's
course
the
he
point
did.
of Let's
Come
Go.
on.
It's to get those people to take their first step into like an actual Pokemon game, and then next year when the next actual Pokemon game comes out, they'll be like,
yeah,
I want to play for real now.
I thought that was already confirmed that
that
this
could be
isn't
true.
the next mainline Pokemon.
Yeah,
It's just a
it
little
is.
spin-off.
Tom's just saying it could bridge the gap for some.
Well, that's what
people,
it is. The next mainline game is going to be next year, and it's going to be like an actual big boy, legit Pokemon game.
I think
I'm excited for
the
that.
next Pokemon might be really good. Because I feel like X and
I
Y.
don't.
I feel like since the switch to 3D, X and Y was kind of meh, and Sun and Moon was good. But
No,
it
no.
was
hoping-
better. I think it was an improvement.
Maybe.
I think
here's the
maybe
thing.
this time
The
they'll
thing-
nail it.
The thing that sucked about Pokemon for the last couple of releases is that they made it for babies, even though it's always been for babies. Now it's really
Yeah,
for
that
babies.
ain't changing.
It's
That
for
ain't changing.
millennial babies who are even more retarded than normal babies. So what they're doing, what they
Yeah.
said, Nintendo said they were doing is from now on they're going to do what they're doing this year and next year. They're going to have a casual one and then like a hardcore one. So they're going to keep making like Let's Go kind of games for the casual
Well, that's
fans.
good
Emblem
news.
series.
And then the regular series is going to come out. That's going to be like a big boy thing. So I'm hoping all of that like handholdy bullshit is just gone from this next major release, and it's like no messing around. They're just going to fuck you up.
As much as I like the idea that like they make it for a more hardcore audience, I like how far could they pause? Like
I
you
mean,
know,
it's
they're
not going to be like
Yeah,
Dark Souls
yeah.
with Pikachu, but it's just like not bullshit. Just
I think I don't know. I want to just get into the fan games and shit. That seems like that's where the real challenge is. Fuck Nintendo. They're not making me what I want. I
Man,
gotta go
let
elsewhere.
me just say about Pokemon Uranium. The thing that made me really mad about Pokemon. Okay, they built the Nuzlocke mode in, which I really appreciated. But there is a setting that can't be changed where it counts. It does not count Pokemon of different stages in an evolutionary line separately.
I see,
So, like,
yeah,
if you caught a Tentacruel, and then you find a Tentacool, it does not trigger the fucking dupes clause in the game's code. And I'm like, I know that technically, according to the letter of the law, that is how the Nuzlocke rules are stated. That like it has to be the same Pokemon. To me, that makes no sense. I always treat Pokemon of the same evolutionary line as, you know, as it's the same for purposes of the dupes clause. That just makes so much more sense to me. And I don't know, the fact that Pokemon Uranium's Nuzlocke mode did not do that. I might have played it, but then like I got the game and I was turning on Nuzlocke mode, but then I saw that that's how it works, and I was like, I don't like that. Maybe I'll play it later, and then I never played it.
But Ben, you already do that in every other game where you play a Nuzlocke. You have to self-enforce all the rules. So what's the difference? Other than it does 99% of the work for you.
Oh God. Oh God, he's right.
Crumbles. All crumbles down.
Hey, here's
Well, no, because the thing is that it's supposed to prevent you from catching, but this doesn't prevent you.
Yeah, this is more restrictive, or rather, it'll like if you see a Tentacool and you've already caught a Tentacruel or whatever, then like it will, if that's the first Pokemon,
it will think that you can't. Yeah, this
it'll
because
fuck you over.
Yeah. Ironically, because of this less stringent rule in place, it creates a greater restriction that I think is appropriate. That if you encounter this Tentacool, you won't be allowed to catch anything else on the route. I mean, you know, I guess I could just, if that happens, I could always just reset and be like, well, that was bullshit.
Hey, to what Tom's point about difficult, hard Pokemon alternating or whatever, here's just a fun fact. My most liked tweet ever was recently about Pokemon Let's Go, where I called your rival a faggot.
Yes.
And I said, what did I say?
Much needed.
I just said that. Oh, he was called he's called a friendly rival. Is what the game called him, which was just like
I made a similar tweet, but nobody cared about mine.
Well, that's what a lot of that's what a lot of rivals have been. Right?
But I've hated
and it's
it every single
always
time.
terrible. Gary was a dick. Your Silver was like literally a psychopath, and then they all turned into like little.
It's
bitches.
literally baby shit. Like Steven Steele was the last somewhat acceptable one.
Chase, my boy Chase is good.
Which one's Chase?
I don't even know who that is.
Chase?
Oh,
He sounds like a pussy.
Oh,
I have not seen him.
I'll chase him. I'll chase him right out of town. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're mean.
Hey, you know what I liked? I liked about
monsters.
Pokemon Sun Moon
What?
is that your rival was a happy boy. I think I mentioned this in a video somewhere, but you are the Gary Oak because you can, if you want to, treat him like shit, and I like that. I like the ability.
That's fine.
Yeah,
But he's a pussy. But he's a pussy though.
I know, and it
Consistently.
feels
yeah, but
great.
so what? I mean, I don't see why that's such a bad thing. It's like your rival's a pussy, so you can be a dick to him.
Look, okay, Gary was literally the final boss in Pokemon Red and Blue. That was good, and I think everybody liked that. He's like, wow, cool. He like is the ultimate thing we have to overcome. I get why they wouldn't want to do that again. So in the next one, like it was everyone I think was disappointed when Silver like was just like some guy you fight before you get to Indigo Plateau, and then you never fight him again. And then like in sequels you find out that like he's related to Giovanni.
Okay,
That's
okay,
cool.
wait, pause.
I don't think.
Pause.
I don't think. Okay.
The actual like I mean I guess like the recurring rival in Gold Silver was Silver, and he was kind of like a pushover compared to Gary, but like the actual final boss of Gold Silver is you from the previous game, because you go up on the fucking mountain and you fight Red, and he fucking crushes you because he's a god. That was the coolest shit
Gold is
ever.
my favorite. Gold is my favorite Pokemon game, but nonetheless, the rival I think was somewhat of a downgrade.
Let me make an argument against the idea of like making the rival the final boss, like the true champion. I don't see how. I don't think the rival is that. I don't know why you think Gary's such a badass, because you spend the whole game beating him. He
does everything before you. He
does everything before. That's true,
but
then you beat him every time.
Well, okay, but like most of us with our first experience playing that game, like now we're all really savvy and over level and stuff. But like when you first played the game, Gary would you'd always lose to Gary a couple times here and there as we were all learning the game.
They don't do the thing anymore where like you just gone through a hard route and then they surprise you at the end with your rival
exactly.
like
when you
ambushing.
fucking fight Nugget Bridge, and then right when you're like, oh god, finally this trial is over, Gary shows up and you have like nobody.
Exactly.
That's the cool shit, because then they're like, oh yeah, he's my rival, he's like giving me the hardest challenges in the game.
Yeah.
And so when you finally crush him at the end, it's just like, yes you were able to be champion for 5 minutes, and I destroyed your lifelong dream. I will have mentally damaged you for life. You'll never recover.
It's good.
I
like
want to romance the rivals.
Well, go play Fire Emblem.
What's a good rivalry without bromance, huh?
I mean, that's
but
fine.
it's not bromance when I, the human being, I'm like, go away. I don't like you.
Well, I mean,
You're a little pussy baby, and you're just asking me for a friendly battle.
It doesn't have to be mandatory. I just like the option.
Speaking of monsters, I'm so glad that we outlawed homosexuality at last. That was really that was a bold move of Trump, but I think it was a necessary one. It had to be done.
More like
is it
Trump.
wait, hold on, sorry. Let's Go Pikachu is the boy and Let's Go Eevee is girl? Is that how this is? Or
I think you can just choose.
You can choose.
You just choose? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can customize your avatar. You just choose which Pokemon you get. You get
okay.
Pikachu.
Well, I'm really glad. Yeah, I'm really glad that we got
between the versions, by the way.
I'm really glad that we got Magi-Chan Sonichu to psychically monitor everyone in the world and make sure that they're not gay. Just like in Sonichu.
It was a bold pact that he made with Donald Trump, but I think at the end of the day, worth it.
And then when Chris Chan went to the future and found the cure for being gay and put it in the water supply, so that we all became retroactively not gay, that also was a thing that made me very pleased to be alive in the modern day.
Yeah, it's good news all around.
Yeah.
All right. We've been dancing around this elephant in the room for prancing around it for ages now. Monsters 2, two monsters. Pick two monsters. What are your two monsters? Everybody,
Mike
go around the
Wazowski
room.
and the blue one.
Taken. He's spoken for.
Okay.
Two monsters. Monsters 2. Go. You can't do it. It's impossible.
I got it.
There's only one monster.
The Republicans and the Democrats. Got it. Dab,
Wow.
dab, dab,
Fighting
dab.
social commentary.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Fuck.
Top that, atheists.
George
Come on,
Lucas.
Wait, I got it. God
George-
and Satan. Yes, got him again.
George Lucas and Jar Jar Binks.
Oh.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
meta.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Yes.
The two biggest monsters of Star Wars. The two biggest bugbears the series has faced.
Remember when Jar Jar killed all those children in the Jedi Temple? It was a bold
younglings.
move, but
Younglings, Nate. Jar Jar
younglings.
killed the younglings.
Misa killed the younglings.
I got a couple monsters here for you.
Uh-huh.
The monster from the Rita Rabbit children's adventure PC game, where you're in the cooking mini game. You click on the letters. He says, I need an A and a Q and a Z, and you go, all right, click, and then if you get it wrong, the pink hand monster comes up and he goes, bleh, and he grabs them and he eats them. And I felt bad when that happened. I was like, I'm not gonna do this, guys. I can't do this. This monster's here. He's eating my food. The customers outside, they're not getting any. This is bad.
Well.
Okay, and what's the other one? What's your second monster?
My inner demons.
Oh.
Okay, my first
Good.
monster is Alice from Shin Megami Tensei 4 specifically. And the second monster is...
I heard she was the best waifu. Oh. Okay. Well, good.
All right. Well, my monsters. You all know that I've been a hardcore gamer my entire life. It's definitely about ethics and gaming journalism. So my two big monsters are Kotaku and Polygon.com, the biggest monsters in the world.
Yep.
Awful, disgusting.
If you don't mind me snagging another pair, I'm gonna go with my mom and my dad. They didn't buy me my favorite toy on Christmas, and
They didn't protect your shoes.
you know, they didn't
it's
protect
true.
me. That's true. My mom literally gave them away. That's fucked
The
up,
ultimate
Mom.
betrayal.
I'll never forgive you. Fuck you, Mom.
Ben?
I don't give
What?
a fuck, man.
Ben, do you has two monsters from Monsters 2?
He did them, didn't he?
Yeah, George Lucas and Jar Jar Binks. Wait,
yeah, you did.
Slime from Slime Rancher, and the red dragon from Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I love Slime Rancher. I love the slimes.
Slime Rancher is really great,
I love them.
but it did get pretty repetitive eventually. Eventually, I was like, I think I get it. I was like, I think I get.
But then you can like customize the slimes and put like little bow ties and stuff on them. It's so
Wait,
Damn it,
whoa,
sounds like you should be-
what? What?
like once you unlock like what's it called, like the laboratory or whatever, and
What? What? There's a laboratory?
when's the last time you played Slime Rancher?
A couple months ago.
Well, you obviously didn't get
There's
too
been
far.
updates.
Oh, I'm
No.
so sorry that I'm not up on that I'm not following the Slime Rancher patch notes, mate.
No. The updates were a while ago. I'm just surprised you haven't.
Then probably just
gotten
didn't
that
get far
far
enough or whatever.
I unlocked the Safari quest, or like the guy sends you, like, you gotta go find like these primal slimes. I unlocked that, but I never did it. Oh shit!
it's like-
I might play some Slime Rancher after this.
Yeah, you have to unlock an area. I don't remember what it's called, but I think it's like when you're facing your house, it's to the left and up. It's not the not the cave. It's above the cave.
I think I unlocked all the areas. I don't remember putting bow ties on slimes.
Well,
Okay.
That sounds
you
pretty
have
good,
to-
though.
You have to craft it. You have to craft the decorations. I don't remember if you have to find it or you have to craft it or something
Fair
like that.
enough.
It's been a while.
But what's crafting without a good mine? You know, it's just it's
I will-
half of
okay, I'm
the
gonna-
Hero Brian. Dude, remember Hero Brian, the monstrous guy?
No.
No.
Wait.
I don't.
From Minecraft. I don't. know
The funny
anything.
meme of which is that it was like one of the earliest Minecraft memes.
Wasn't
a guy
it a creepypasta or something?
He was a creepypasta that Notch alluded to being real, and occasionally in the patch notes it would be like removed Herobrine, and all the children would laugh with glee at the fact that their meme made it real in the game.
Don't worry about that. Keep going.
What was that?
Nothing. Hey, guys, maybe we should do some questions. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
How long have we been going? Okay, we're at an
going
hour.
Going an hour.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty solid.
Let's answer some questions.
Well, you guys know the
Gross.
score. Here, you're the bonus people. So here we are in the bonus lounge, looking at your terrible questions. Hey, guys, go, everybody, guys, go look in the bonus lounge and
I'm going,
pick some questions. Let's see what we got. Hey,
What is the best salad? From Cuddle to All.
I like, Cincinnati is a gross place where people put way too much fucking cheese on everything, including salad. And it fucks me up real bad. So my answer is any salad not covered in disgusting topping like cheese and greasy dressing and shit. Just give me I will eat a head of lettuce happily, as long as it's not grossed up with cheese and shit. It's just gross. It's too much, Mage. It'd be too much for you. I guarantee it.
I'm looking in the lounge. Wait, I gotta find. Are we looking at questions? Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh no.
By the way, that was from Cuddle to All.
I said that.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Are we just looking at the questions from yesterday that we didn't get to?
No, in the bonus lounge, I put a thing, and I did a thing to say, "Hey guys, give us the questions." Of course, it's only the bonus people, so it's the creme de la creme.
Calciu asked, do you think it's likely you'll ever change your primary artistic medium? Well, I already did, and I might do it again
Tom did.
later.
Tom did.
I might switch
I feel like
low poly to sculpting, if sculpting's cool.
Sculpting. I mean, I wouldn't say that I've
Chisel it.
switched mediums. I've been spending more time like doing like game design and occasionally coding stuff than I have been like drawing lately for Endless War. So I mean, I wouldn't say that I've switched and that I'll never go back, but I've branched out.
People like us have brains too big for one medium only.
I mean,
not me.
That's why I'm a video hack.
I mean, Hippo, I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to sound like the asshole.
I just creativity sparks out my fingertips at every second I'm clicking with my mouse. That's creative.
And it just
I know what I'm doing.
It lights
I'm an
all
artiste.
those precious dollars on fire. It just all goes up in ashes because you're just sparking too much. And it's like, oh no, that's why I don't spark at all.
Xenograde. What is
you
your
don't have the spark, Nate. You can't do it. You're shit. You're
I'm
bad.
gay.
You're not good.
I'm not good.
Xenograde asks, what is your most devious guilty pleasure? And mine is that I love Nightcore.
Dude, shut up. That's not guilty.
What? Well, tell that to my conscience, idiot.
That Nightcore is pure pleasure, plain and simple.
What's I don't know. I don't.
Dude, you know what the perfect combination is Nightcore and like golfing. Like real golfing.
I mean,
for some reason, those two
I've
go
never
together.
done real golfing.
My guilty pleasure is any pleasure, because any pleasure is a waste of time you could spend working. Yeah, that's how it is.
The other day on the Rowdy Fuckers stream, when we were streaming the Muck Cup tournament, I said Nightcore. The subject of Nightcore came up, and I said, like my love of Nightcore is my most shameful secret, and this is in a stream where I had previously talked about like spending weeks at a time peeing in jars because I didn't want to leave my room because I was scared of my roommates.
That's good. Shit. That reminded me of something.
Mage, what's your most devious guilty pleasure?
I'm trying to think of one.
I feel no guilt of anything.
I was gonna say I don't have any shame anymore. I'm just like no. I just do whatever.
Oh, well, I feel shame, but like I don't do things that I feel guilty of.
Oh, well then we're
anything
on
that I
totally
feel
different
pleasure. Pleasure is like, well, I got pleasure out of it, so what's there to be sorry for?
That you murdered her. You see what I'm doing here? It's like a
she
murder
she
thing.
deserved it though.
Yeah. Don't they all? Don't they all? Patrick Bateman did nothing wrong. That's my opinion of the day. It's a hot take, but damn it, I'm standing by it.
No, this is Patrick Bateman.
Oh, guys, quick analysis. I only recently figured this out because Michelle, we were watching American Psycho because it's like one of our favorite movies. So you remember that scene at the end of the movie where like he goes back to Paul Allen's flat or like the apartment in Hell's Kitchen or whatever it is. Like he goes back after things are unraveling to like dispose of the bodies. And he gets there and there's like a lady doing a house tour. You remember this? God damn, my alarm's going off. Hang on one sec.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay, there's a moment in the movie where he goes back to like an apartment.
Wait, what movie?
American
Psycho.
Oh, you're talking
American Psycho. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And he walks in. And, like, there's a lady doing a house tour, and, like, of this place where he had stored dead bodies. And I was always like, oh, wait, is this, like, something, like, oh, it was all an illusion, nothing even happened. But Michelle came in and was like, no, Nate, the way I interpret this is that, like, no, he really did kill these people, and he really did store their bodies here, but, like, the people who were doing the house tour just, like, got rid of it and, like, didn't want to make a big deal out of it because, like, they wanted to just sell this place. And, like, they were totally superficial and just were like... But I never thought of it that way.
But
I think that's probably true.
Isn't it pretty definitive at the end that like all the killings were just in his head?
No, I don't think so. And actually, this is the biggest example as to why. Because, well, maybe they were all in his head, but some of the things, like those bloodstains on his sheets, seemed real. Like there was really red stuff on his sheets that were seen by other people. So, I mean, that could have just been fruit juice or whatever. But
he's eating ketchup in bed again.
I mean, the blood could have gotten there any number of ways, I suppose.
Also, did you know, this fascinated me, did you know that was directed by a woman, American Psycho?
I think I had heard that before.
I had no idea.
It is, but that's pretty
awesome.
That's pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like the best movie ever.
If I may ask, what
Well, there's
woman?
just a lot of like misogyny and women murder, and I just think that it's cool that like people can step outside.
Who was it?
Oh, I forget her name, but she's only directed like 5 films. Let me get it. Psycho. She's not
Girl
she's like,
McWoman.
She's not super well known just because she hasn't done a lot, but like everything she's done is like a masterpiece. Directed by Mary Harron. Yes. She's cool. She's very selective about what she does. Anyway, I really like that movie. He's a monster, I guess, but also relatable.
Yep. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all.
Yeah. Hey, here's a question from Rusty Shackelford. What's the biggest 180 of your opinion on a piece of media you've ever had? I have an example. There was this one time. Remember Me? Remember that?
Hey.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thing. Me was cool. So it was just like this possibly isn't the biggest example I've ever had. Well, I've got 2 examples. One was with Me. When I was watching it, we were in the chat, like in the Discord, or maybe it might have been in the fucking Skype days or whatever. But like, I just said like, no, this is like just edgy for the sake of edgy. Fuck it, man. It's not even cool. And everyone's like, Nate, you're retarded. Watch to the end. Why haven't you watched all the way through? And I'm like, no, I think I get the gist. Into the trash it goes. And then I did watch the rest, and I slowly begrudgingly was like, okay, this is actually like pretty good, I guess. Not bad. I remember that distinctly, and everyone roasted me, as was the appropriate thing to do. And the other example is just, I was watching The Graduate, and I was like, oh, this is dumb, it's cheesy, everyone says it's like the best movie ever, whatever, it's just like a silly, cheesy romance story. But that movie literally does a literal 180 and becomes the greatest movie of all time in the last 10 seconds of the movie. I won't explain why. You should go watch it immediately.
I guess I need to watch that now.
I highly recommend it.
I have heard you explain. You should do a video on like the genius of the Graduate.
God,
that just sounds like a
nerd writer.
It sounds like a
ass.
perfect fucking video essay article title.
I mean, it is. It absolutely is.
Drop some chill hop in the background and fucking.
How about
get
like?
those checklists.
I got it. Here's the title. I might literally do this. From trash to masterpiece in 10 seconds. An analysis, an essay. What is it?
A video essay?
Something essay. A
video
video essay
essay.
on The Graduate. Oh, nerd writer, fuck you. You ruined YouTube. I hate you. That's what I have to say. about that. I've seen like one of his videos, but I don't care for that. Oh, they're everywhere. What happened to YouTube? God, it's you know what? I hate people who say what happened to YouTube. Nothing happened to YouTube. People are just doing the same thing they've always done. I'm just jaded. That's what happened to YouTube.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, solved the
And
crack
I'm
case.
just Rose.
You got to make that a video, Nate. You're going to be like, "What happened to YouTube?" And then you make that point.
And I'll say you happen, you stupid, jaded viewer of
It's
this
right there
video.
in the title,
I hate
you fucking idiot. You.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. This is all gold. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. This is my career for the next year or two.
Is this the podcast?
Yes. Yes, it is. Anyone else want to talk about a 180 on media? You ever have a 180?
Oh, is that the question?
That was the question. What's your biggest 180?
Like your opinion of 180.
When I turn fucking around.
Whoa.
Shit,
I know.
fam. Uh-huh.
When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Shonen Ai, and there's this one, what's it called again? Junjo Romantica, I think. And I sort of liked it, but then, like, I developed a brain, and I went back to it, and I was like, this is shit. I hate it.
Oh,
Wait,
I know what my
wait.
biggest 180 was. When I was a kid, when I was a wee lad, I was watching Fox Kids and Kids WB. I loved Monster Rancher. It was great. I loved all those Pokemon wannabe animes. They were all great, and I was like, Monster Rancher is so cool. And then, like, after college, me, my sister, and her boyfriend at the time, we were all hanging out at his place, and it's like we were watching like old cartoons. Like, yo, let's put on Monster Rancher, and we couldn't even make it through the first episode because it was so cringeworthy and awful. And then we just turned it off. Like, how did we all like this show back in the day? It was.
Man, I remember
My childhood
Monster
died,
Rancher.
and I felt miserable.
Like, the only thing I
Yeah.
remember about Monster Rancher is, like, something about it made me really, really sad. So whenever I see the opening, and there's this one part in the opening where the girl, I think, is standing in what is meant to be, like, a grave site, but, like, it's actually, like, little trees with giant coins or something like that. And it's just, like, I get hit by this sort of sadness, and I don't know why. I don't remember what made me sad, but Monster Rancher
You
just
pined
makes
for the
me sad.
naivete of youth, when the world was a little rosier, a little less...
I know Monster Rancher through like one hazy memory of a yellow eyeball
Suezo.
jumping around and screaming.
Yeah,
And I
it
was
was
like,
really annoying. But his name was Suezo.
This
It's like the
isn't
icon.
Beyblade. This isn't Beyblade. though.
It's not Beyblade at all, dude.
Change the channel.
I turned it off and I turned on Beyblade and got on with my day.
Oh man, I'm
you know?
suddenly nostalgic for Beyblade. Like the first
I
season.
never saw.
I
I never
couldn't-
saw anyone play Beyblade
I
my
couldn't get
entire
into
life.
Beyblade.
I played.
Same.
All right. Maybe this is a thing for another
Spin
time.
on,
But I
yeah.
played Beyblade in school.
Whoa.
Like there was this one time, like in a misty morning, that I brought my big Beyblade, new Beyblade, shooting machine to school,
yeah.
and I was waving
He
it
shot up
around
the
like
school
I
with
owned the
that
place.
Beyblade machine. Yeah.
And I was waving it around like I owned the place, and there's like guys going like, "Oh, look at that! He's got he's got the grip. He's got the blue grip Beyblade shooter
He's letting
thing."
it rip on all of the girls.
And there was
Damn.
this table outside, which had like a little metal rim around the edge, so that I don't know, it was easy to clean. And it was perfect for Beyblades. And someone else also had a Beyblade. It was the height of Beyblade popularity.
Yeah.
And so we battled before school started.
How'd it go?
It was very awkward, and I think we just sort of stopped.
Did you
Oh.
win? Did you win,
I
though?
think I won, but like Beyblade is not like a fun game. You spin it and then they hit each other, and
Yeah.
that's about
And
it.
they
And
both
then you
fall
pick
over.
them up
It's
and do
more
it
fun
again.
to watch than to play.
Yeah, but I felt so cool with that Beyblade
Yeah.
grip. It's
Well,
like a
sure.
special one.
It's like rolling
Man.
up to school with like a dual disc, and you're like, "Challenge me, mortals!
I'm
You
just-
can't."
I'm
It's so funny when I realized that like later in life that they just took a spinning top and turned it into a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I fell for it.
Yep.
They made it
I mean, was
plastic.
it really a phenomenon?
To me, it was. I was jizzing my pants all day about it.
For a brief moment, it was very popular where I was living.
It was huge.
Yeah, I'm so nostalgic for all these silly, gimmicky shows like Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblades, Duel Masters, card capture.
Hey, hang on.
Vanguard.
Yu-Gi-Oh's not a gimmick. Yu-Gi-Oh is a
Yu-Gi-Oh's a way of life.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I was the first one that got into Yu-Gi-Oh because I had this like German channel and they didn't and they aired Yu-Gi-Oh on it, and I was like one of the very few people that had the channel, and they started selling like really cheap cards that were like not official ones. You couldn't play them in tournaments, but like they sold them like two with like a pack of bubblegum for really cheap in like kiosks and stuff. And so I bought a few. They were very obscure. I'm surprised they were selling them. So I started buying them and collecting them, and I brought them to school. And someone saw, you know, like I already had a bit of a stack, and one of my classmates saw, and he asked, like, what's that about? And I said, oh, well, like, there's this really cool game that I like, and these are cards for the game. And he was like, oh, that's weird. And I said, you just wait until that anime hits TVs in Lithuania. You just wait. And then it did, and then everyone in my class started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, haha, I told you so.
Damn. You were perfectly positioned to defeat them all.
I had a similar experience like that. I was one of the first people in my school back in the day to get into Pokemon. I was super big into it, and I didn't have a Game Boy, but I knew everything about it, like when the show was like coming out. I distinctly remember like wanting toys of Pokemon because it was the coolest shit ever. And so I went to the store, and I was like, I want Pokemon. And the guy specifically looked down, he's like, what is a Pokemon? And like, it's just so funny.
Little did he know
That I was about to blow his mind with something that would soon be a phenomenon of the likes of which we've never seen. So, yeah.
Tom was holding just a piece of cardboard sideways and walking around outside up to like churches nearby and was like flicking on the card. Everyone's like, what's that guy doing? He's like, oh, you'll see in 20 years, my friends. This will all make sense to you.
Speaking of funny stories, like a funny/sad stories, like back when Pokemon hit, again the German channel. It was my gateway to anime, by the way. Before I even found that German channel, there was this guy in our neighborhood. He was a bit older, and he started telling us little kids about Pokemon. And the only way we got to play Pokemon is if we played pretend Pokemon, and like none of us knew what Pokemon was. It was just his description, and he was like, "Oh, these little monsters." And like they have like powers and stuff, and there's like this green one and the red one, and like so I was Bulbasaur, I remember distinctly. And like he said like, oh, there's humans too, and I was like, oh, do humans have powers? And he's like, nah, you just sort of order the monsters around. And I was like, well, that's boring. I'd rather be a monster. So
indeed.
Later on, I did find the channel, and I found Pokemon in it. I was like, oh, now I see what he was talking about, and I never turned back because I loved Pokemon ever since. And yeah, we all in the neighborhood just played Pokemon by playing pretend Pokemon, and then like the cards happened.
Oh, that's adorable.
That is.
Yeah, and then the stupid knockoff.
This is before the war broke out, of course.
It was
It
was during that.
It was during the war.
Before things got bad. Oh yeah, this was the war.
Oh god. All this time, the Violet Violence was actually the best Pokemon trainer of all time.
Yeah, then like the cards hit with the cheap knockoff bubblegum ones. Like I had such a huge stack. Like it was huge. It was amazing. I don't know how I got that much, but yeah, like I collected a lot of cards, and I took them to school one day, and all of them got stolen, and it was so sad.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
like who steals like an 8-year-old little girl's stack of Pokemon cards?
Another 8-year-old girl with a vengeance.
I told the teacher, and the teacher went through like all of the kids' stuff and things. So none of us in our class had those cards, unless they hid it somewhere. So like
the teacher stole it.
Yeah, it was the teacher all along.
No,
she knew you had that shiny Charizard.
No, she was a good teacher.
That's what you think.
But yeah, I'm still bitter about losing all those cards. I know there were cheap bubblegum card knockoffs. They meant a lot to me when I was a little kid.
Sure.
Well, we didn't even know how to play the game. We just liked the cards because they had pictures of Pokemon on them.
Exactly. Look, we've been talking about monsters the whole time, but we have to admit that whoever stole Mage's fake Pokemon cards was the worst monster mentioned in this entire podcast.
You're right.
Bringing it all back. It all comes back. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Hey, here's another question here this is from Friggin, which I believe is short for Friggin Eric, who I think is the guy. I mean, if it is Friggin Eric, he's the guy who sent us the Rad shot for RadCon 3.
Sick.
So that was pretty cool. And here he is. He's not asking a question. He's actually making a demand. So he's got us at a gunpoint, Nerf gunpoint, saying, "Tell us some stories about times you've run into fans IRL." I was wondering if there's any we've missed. I've literally got one that's not at like an old pony convention.
I have no stories. So.
Oh, I actually have more. I actually have more than you, Nate. That's surprising.
Yeah.
I think I have 3.
Well, I mean, yeah, go for it, dog.
I'm a G. Okay. Well, the first time was this one doesn't fully count because Econ. This was when I was in Atlanta. Econ brought me to a Magic tournament, or there was going to be a draft. It didn't end up happening, but whatever. I played in some tournament, and his friend or this guy that knew him offered me his. What? Did anyone else hear that?
Sorry,
there was someone's phone buzzing.
Yeah, okay. So this guy offered me his deck because I didn't have a deck, and it was this mermaid deck, and it was really good. And he explained to me the basics of how to use it, and I was like, okay. So I did in the tournament, I won 2 rounds, and then I got eliminated. I was like, okay, well that was fun. And then afterwards, I give this guy his deck back, and he's like, yeah, man, no problem. And then right when we're leaving, he's like, oh, by the way, I'm a really big fan, and I really love Brunswick. I read it again just the other day, and and I was like, oh. So that was surprising, but at the same time, this guy knew Econ, so I guess it's not completely random.
Though, I mean, he's read Brunswick a bunch, so I mean that says something,
Yeah. And then the other 2 times. Okay, this is pretty funny. So this was again in Atlanta. I had a party at my house, and there were just a guy that showed up. Knew the people were just hanging out, and at one point,
he knew it all.
At one point, this guy's like, "Hey, you're Ben, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's just like, "Ben Saint?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he knew me from the Sonichu lecture.
Oh, cool.
And then actually, we had another party here at at Monkey House where I live now, and this guy was here. This very strange individual who was, quote unquote, experimenting with Holocaust denial.
Whoa!
Wow. So he was here, and he actually I'll tell this. He was here. He had first become acquainted with this house that I live at because last year Sam Hyde, Hyde, literally performed in our living room.
What?
Yeah, Sam Hyde he performed in our living room.
Wow.
And I didn't realize this. My roommates have been telling me, dude, Sam Hyde performed here. Sam Hyde performed here. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, cool, whatever. I thought they meant, in town.
Yeah,
but no, they meant in our house.
What? I mean, he's kind of a grungy guy who just, the
room, the place filled up with people that were here to see fucking Sam Hyde. Yeah, I don't really understand.
The fuck?
I guess some other venue canceled, and I don't really know that much about Sam Hyde. Yeah. So I heard about. I mean, I've seen his TED talk. It was funny. So I don't know. At first I was like, oh my god, Sam Hyde performing, and then I realized that Sam Hyde is pretty controversial. A lot of people really hate him. So suddenly I was like, maybe I shouldn't allude to some sort of loose connection with Sam Hyde. To just anyone.
I mean, you didn't have any part.
It's really, it didn't really have anything to do with me at all. But it's
Dude,
neat,
you gotta
right?
Tell Munchie if you haven't. That's pretty.
You gotta tell Munchie.
Yeah, he loves Sam Hyde.
I think I might have mentioned it to him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Anyway, the point is that this guy, he knew about the he knew about the PCP. He had seen some of it. He knew about Digi. He knew about pony analysis. He had been into pony analysis back when that was a thing.
Sure.
And yet, despite all of that, and he had seen the Sonichu lecture. He had not watched it, but it had been in his to watch list for a long time, so he knew of it.
Yeah.
And yet, despite all of that, he did not know who I was.
Oh, well, wait, but he had seen the lecture.
Yeah,
Right?
but he hadn't actually watched it.
Oh.
He was aware of it, but he had not actually watched it. And he'd listened to the PCP, and he had watched
I
Pony
see.
Analysis video. But he did not know T-BAP, and he did not know Ben Saint
nobody knows
specifically.
T-BAP.
Yeah,
okay.
well, I mean, if you were into the Pony Analysis thing at the time, you might. You know?
You might. I mean,
Wait,
I suppose
wait.
that's true. I suppose
Okay,
that's
okay.
Wait, how did he... Surely we say Ben Saint on the PCP.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I guess he just didn't make the connection. He, knew what the PCB was. I guess he just didn't pin down... I mean, or maybe he hadn't seen an episode with you. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
He was not like a current listener. He had listened to a bunch of it.
You should have.
Yeah. After, he heard Monsters 1, and he was like, that's all I need here, thanks. I'm gonna head out.
You need to use your full name. Patreon.com/Ben.
So I guess two of those two of those are only half stories of meeting a fan. So I guess they add that's a half plus
like
one
two.
plus a half. So that totals up to 2. Yeah.
Well, as I recall, I have the distinguished role of being the first one to be recognized in public of any PCP guy, including Digi. And that was I was. And this is a pretty strange coincidence.
Wait, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
we went to an art store after the movie the other day, and the cashier recognized Digi.
Oh, well.
But they didn't really do anything. Digi just came back from buying stuff and was like, the cashier recognized me. He just asked me, "Are you Digibro?" And I said, "Yeah." And that was the whole story.
And then stone-faced, he walked away without another
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I believe it was a guy named Owen, I think. I met him when I was finishing my degree at the University of Cincinnati out here in Ohio. And I just, was in this class, and this guy was, sitting next to me. And he's just as one day as I'm leaving, he's just like, hey, dude, are you best guy ever? Or, no, I think what he said, he said, this is going to be a weird question, but are you the best guy ever? I was like,
imagine if he'd asked it to the wrong person.
I know, right? So I know he was leading because he was a little shy. I mean, he was a cool guy. But he was, and I was like, yes, I am. And he's like, dude, I like your shit, and I like the PCP, and it's cool to meet you. And so we just were classmates for that semester until it ended. And he recommended that I read Swamp Thing and All-Star Superman. I remember that distinctly.
Fantastic
Did you?
suggestions. You should do that if you haven't.
Indeed,
already.
I read All-Star Superman, but I have not read Swamp Thing yet.
Do it. It's fucking awesome.
I intend to one of these days.
Right?
Swamp Thing is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
a
yeah.
monster. No doubt.
There we go.
No
Bringing
doubt.
it back. Bringing
There
it
is.
back.
There it is. Anybody else ever get recognized?
I kind of got recognized, but I kind of got
Yeah?
reverse recognized at my old job at Whole Foods back during the horse days.
Yeah.
Because everybody, I'd worked there for a couple months, and then one of the guys who worked downstairs, because I was upstairs doing sign making and artsy fartsy gay things,
Right,
and then on
right.
the ground floor, the people who worked serving food and being normal job part of supermarket, they did all that shit. And I was punching out one day, and this other guy came up, and he had to punch out as well. And he's like, hey. I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, so I was watching a documentary yesterday on My Little Pony, and somebody
Alex.
showed up for it, and I'm like, okay, bye. And then I just left.
Lol.
Nobody can know my
Dude,
shame.
Of course, it was at
see.
Whole Foods where the
Yeah,
bronies
yeah,
work,
yeah.
where they roam free. You
The
know,
soy boy capital of the world.
hell yeah. Well, that's cool.
I also got
that
recognized
was a long time ago,
by
too.
a cashier at a grocery store in Missouri when I was there visiting friends.
Whoa.
That was a couple
pretty
years
dope.
later. And I was just and I thought they meant, because I was doing Rebel Pickles at the time, I thought they meant that. No, this is the horse channel. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. Well,
Can't escape.
I mean,
Can't get out of here. And I got flack for the
popular
rest of the
channel.
day. And I was like, yep.
The only time I get
So, yeah.
recognized is on the internet, so not IRL. But a lot of the time,
makes sense.
yeah, a lot of the time people go "Oh, I loved Lethal Halloween," and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
We
That's
both
funny.
we both have to
That's
rise
fine.
above. Someone has to recognize you for your animation memes.
I don't understand why people like certain things and don't like other things.
I got recognized
Yeah.
in Legends of Equestria.
That's true, which is basically better than real
Somebody
life.
said, "Are you Gabon?"
Yeah, as you had
and
give
I
and
was
take
like,
above
yes.
your head in the game.
Well, I mean, there's nothing
Yeah.
to stop anybody from doing that. So.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
There are probably 100 give and takes running around.
When are we going to play Legend of Equestria again? Clearly, we have to.
Is it
it's
real
out
yet?
for it's real.
Oh, Nate,
It's been
did
real
you
for a while.
Nate, did you see that the fucking Crack posted in
Oh,
my
yeah.
Discord that Ponyvania is finally done
Made famous by the TBAT
by
plays.
the
Let's
TBAT
Play.
plays?
Yep.
No lie, I might actually play it.
You should play it. It was a good game. I think we both liked
It was a really
Time to
it was a
revive
really
TBAT
good
Plays,
fan
the
game.
greatest
It's
YouTube
time.
channel of all time.
Why the
That's
fuck
right.
not? Why not Max Revive TBAT
TBAT
Plays?
Plays is like the Monsters 2
That
of
needs,
TBAT.
that needs to be the joke.
You know,
guys,
I realized-
No, you guys don't understand. What you need to do is
Uh-huh.
like we've promised to Max Revive TBAP, and then just a month from now, a new video arrives on TBAP Plays.
Yeah, we didn't promise which channel.
Looking back, TBAT Plays is kind of a precursor to Nuzlocke Genocide and Nuzlocke Conquest because, like those two, it is a Let's Play that is like performed in character.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's like because
Some
we're
of it.
playing pony games and we are ponies playing them is the conceit there. Like we're
That's true.
still Keg Phantom and T-Bap Horn. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess that's. I guess where our contractual obligations are achieved.
Oh, thank
We
God.
have no further need for these people.
The biggest monster is the time constraints, the time limit we have to have on these podcasts. Have to have be at least an hour and a half.
Biggest
Ugh,
monster
what a
is the need
slog!
for sleep.
The biggest monster is our
That's true.
fucking patrons. Disgusting, slimy,
We've only been
needy
going for-
cretins.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The only way to cleanse yourself is to give to the church of patreon.com/the Procrastinators. So keep those dollars rolling in, guys. Soon you'll be cleansed.
Keep them coming. And by the way, so we're wrapping this episode up. We've got a surprise for you, everybody. Because not only do you get a bonus episode here, but we're aware that we've been building to this. There's a reason why there was no episode last month. It was all completely intentional and not at all due to organization fuck-ups and mistakes made by every single member. What it actually was we had to literally store our energy levels. We had to power up for the incredible 2 bonus episodes this fucking month. So, I mean, fuck Monsters 2, man. Monsters 2 is done. It's out the window. What you need to do is brace yourself and prepare for the earth-shattering reality that is Monsters 3! Click the annotation on screen
Monsters
right
3,
now!
baby!
Ah! Here we go!
Oh God! It's another one!
I'm gonna die!
It's another one! Oh, number 3! Oh
I'm
no!
not sure
Oh,
about this, guys.